Hi, everybody. Welcome back. D here from Dishing Tea with D. Okay, it is working. Okay, so that's how I know that's working. I'm just having things all over the place. Okay, let me get my chat up. Okay, and where's my name? Okay, I have no clue. Oh, it's way down there. Okay, so today, good lord, my doggies are barking, and I don't know why. Huh. Did you ask who it was? Oh, okay. Sorry, that was one of the neighbors. She just wanted an empty box that was sitting outside. I'm like, just take it. It's an empty box. Okay. So anyway, so today we're going to be discussing, or there's some new information in regards to this Carmelo Anthony case that's been going on. Um, a lot. I mean, if you've been kind of keeping up, I did a couple of stories already in regards to this 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. His life was taken by Carmelo Anthony. Actually, before I do start, let me do what I normally do. Under the Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. And as always, all people are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, and I am here expressing my First Amendment right. So let's just continue on, get that out of the way. So that's what this is going to be about. Okay, so again, Carmelo Anthony, um, 17-year-old, stabbed another student. Austin Metcalf at a high school track meet. And unfortunately, Austin Metcalf lost their life. And Anthony confessed pretty much on the spot. He confessed to doing what he did. And after the fact, um, he asked, I mean, he didn't do it out of self defense, but he asked the officers if it would be considered self defense. Um, so, but yes, it is really crazy. And so anyway, so he goes, they, they arrest him. Bond is set, bail is set. I think it was initially set for 1 million. They lowered it to I think 500,000 or 250. I think it was 250. Hi Temper, welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad you made it. Glad you made it. Welcome. Come on in. I was able to make it. It's working today. So, but yes, so he bail was reduced. He was able to make bail. One of the conditions out on bail, he was supposed to be under house arrest, so he has like an ankle monitor to where he's not able to leave the house at all, his residence. Um, then after that, come to find out, um, his family would had to go like a fundraising page, and they raised actually more than the Metcalf family did. They used that money for what they call a security house. Um, but you know, the family's finances and things like that, they were well over. I mean, mom's a stay-at-home mom. It's kind of crazy that you need $1 million security house. So anyway, so after that was done, now the issue is and then there was the whole issue of it's a race thing. We had Dr. Umar speak on how he's being treated unfairly only because he is black. And then trying to spin the narrative that way, and then come to find out now he is Frisco ISD has come to the conclusion that Carmelo Anthony gets to graduate. So yes, I know there's a lot of special privileges. I think there's more to his and his family's connection with the district. I don't know why the district is protecting him so much or what goes on. And I know there's just a lot of activists, and I'm assuming, or I'm going to say, I know Dr. Umar has been really big on this case, speaking out in regards to this case. So he may have been one of the activists to persuade some of the school districts board committee members to to come up with a different conclusion of what was going on. But we're gonna kind of go through because this is really crazy because Austin Metcalf's family actually re- well, one of the concerned citizens for Austin Metcalf's family actually sent in an email or a complaint regarding Carmelo Anthony's allowing Carmelo Anthony not to graduate because we all know Austin Metcalf is not able to graduate. He's no longer here. And it seems like Carmelo Anthony is catching a break left and right. You're not spending any time in jail. You got out on bond. You get to stay on house arrest in this $1 million mansion that, you were able to buy with, you know, um, donations and fundraising money. And not including now we have Frisco ISD turning away Jeff Metcalf, which is Austin Metcalf's father. He's just wanting answers on what's going on, and he's getting escorted off the property and things like that. So we're just going to go into it and look at some of the things that are going on because yeah, it's pretty crazy. So I found on X through Sarah Fields. She has been kind of really keeping up on this case, and has really been digging and asking for information and getting documents and things like that. So she was able to pull the former complaint. So we're just gonna go read it because it does mention a lot of good points, and I don't think, honestly, my opinion, I don't think Carmelo Anthony should graduate at this time. I'm not saying he shouldn't graduate. I'm not saying he should graduate. I'm just saying I think it should be postponed until till the verdict. Now he's not going to be able to be able to celebrate with his fellow students and classmates, and do the whole ceremony thing. But so it's like if you're not allowing them to do ceremony, you don't feel that he's safe enough to have on school property, to conduct the ceremony with the rest of them, but you're just gonna allow him to quit. And I get it. We'll get into the details on why they're saying that, but let's get into the formal complaint. It says, I am writing as a concerned citizen, an advocate for the school safety and accountability and the dignity of grieving families. I am submitting this formal complaint regarding the Frisco Independent School District's decision to allow Karmelo Anthony, a student expelled and currently indicted for the fatal stabbing of Austin Metcalf during a school sponsored track meet, to graduate and receive a high school diploma. This decision is not only alarming but deeply offensive to the Metcalf family and the broader public. It raises critical questions about the integrity of graduation requirements, the enforcement of disciplinary policy, and the moral responsibility of Texas school districts to uphold public safety and justice. I mean, because I think it's either you, if you're gonna allow him to graduate, like you might as well just let him graduate early. But I don't think he should. I mean, he's already been arrested. He's in a lawsuit. Like he's going to court for these things. Like he's gonna be. I mean, I don't. I mean, he confessed, so you already know he's gonna end up being guilty if he doesn't take a plea or whatever like that. But it's like if he doesn't graduate now, he can continue his education in prison. Just saying. I mean, it's not like he can't continue his education further down the line. Now, Austin Metcalf, on the other half, can't even graduate, can't even hold a diploma, can't even. I mean, what are you gonna do? Give it to their dad? Like, what is the dad gonna do with his son's diploma? Like, really? Are you gonna announce his name at the ceremony? I mean, I don't know. So anyway, points of concern. Number one, attendance requirements and eligibility. Under the Texas Education Code and local policy, students must attend 90% of class days to earn course credit. Mr. Anthony was incarcerated for a portion of the semester and was ultimately expelled due to his involvement in the fatal stabbing on school grounds. There is significant doubt that he met the 90% attendance requirement. If these standards were waived, the public deserves to know under what policy authority this was done. So, yes, exactly why make a big deal about it. So 90%. So yes, so he was so initially they expelled him when this whole incident went out, and but now they're kind of like reversing that decision just to so that way because if they continue with the expulsion um sentence or school sentence, then he wouldn't be able to. That's an automatic. He wouldn't be able to graduate. That's just an automatic thing. But since they're lifting the expulsion, they're saying now that he's no longer expelled, prior to this stabbing, um, he was a 3.7 GPA. He had more than enough credits and attendance to graduate. But that was at that time. They've already gone through almost a whole another semester, and that he was already expelled for most of that semester. So it's like it's really weird. They're trying to find a way to keep this child from ruining his life for whatever reason, because it's like you're not ruining his life. First of all, you're making him accountable for what he did. He took another person's life, and to allow him to continue to have pretty much almost the same privilege. What the only thing he can do is leave his home, but I'm pretty sure with all that money they have video games and all sorts of things for him to be entertained. Like I don't really think he is basically I shouldn't say punished, but you know, he's not having the right consequences for his actions. Yes, so they did. So they pretty much are finding a special. They're trying to find that, you know, that in between line, the provision to for him to continue to graduate. And it's like, why? Why? If he was able to graduate early, he should have graduated early, knowing that he was going to take somebody's life. You know. Hi, Adrian. We are neighboring community near Frisco. The district reversing his motion is setting a precedent to allow future. Yes, I really think it is. It really is. and they're just not holding him accountable. And then for people to blame or to use the race as an excuse, and that I think that's what it is, because usually with I'm like race should never be used as an excuse, but I'm like in this case it shouldn't even be about race. It's the point fact that you took one person's life and there should be a consequence to it, not living your life at home in your parents' house waiting for justice to be served on either end. So I'm just this is alarming. I would definitely my kids would be going were in that school district. I think I would be pulling them out. I don't know why. I mean, I know why. We'll get to the reason why they overturned the decision, but I'm like, grow some carjones. I'm like, grow some and stand up for the victim and their family. Like, I don't like morally that's just wrong. Like, I mean, that's why when it comes to legal and more ethically and not, and legally, like, mm, I those lines are horrible. I hate those lines. Very fine line, to be playing with. Yes, and that is correct. It is impossible to make that 90% if he's in jail or if he's, on house arrest. Like, unless they're allowing him, when he's expelled, you're not even doing work. So they just lifted the expulsion. So even if he decided to attend the last, 5 days that's probably left of the school year, I mean, it's still not, I don't know. Like, this is absolutely bonkers. I know I'm gonna put up the link because they're also having a petition too. So if you haven't signed the petition, I'll put up the link, and you can go over and sign that, because like no, like there has been no repercussion for what he's done so far. And for the and then for Carmelo's family to be acting like they are a victim, like you're not a victim. And seeing that and tempered, he must be good to that school. That's why I was saying I wonder if, like, since the family, I know the family before this incident wasn't on financial hardship. They weren't financially on hardship to begin with. So I don't know. I know if he was a star athlete, so I don't know how close the family ties are with the district. So that's kind of where, you know, and then for my understanding, he has a history. The school's always been kind of like protecting him. So I have a feeling the family either somehow funneled, some money toward, to them, like on a maybe yearly basis, donated here, donated there. Probably, I mean, who knows? The gym's probably named after him. I don't know, but that's why I'm like, why is this school district putting their necks on the line for this one student? you know and that's the question that raises. Yep, yep, very real tight. I mean, who knows, they might be having barbecues together and drinking beers on on a Saturday, Sunday night. I don't know how close the family was with the district. I just don't understand why this district is going to put their necks out on line for this child and this family. Like, I don't understand. And I get that this family has gotten threats. Yes, I think that is horrible. I don't think you should, because I mean, but like, don't threaten anybody's family. Like, they're already going through their own mess, and it looks like they're not handling it very well to begin with. So let's, like, not make it any worse. It's like, let them try to manage their son and try to get him on the right course, because apparently they're enabling him as well. Talking about their son is the greatest and they never had any issues. I would have been like, like, I know my sons are not the greatest. I'm like in the principal's office every day. I'm like getting ready to pull my kids out because they're just so horrible. I feel like, other kids' lives. I'm like, dude, like, I'm like, no, that's gonna be you, son. And I am not coming to get you. I am not bailing you out. You're doing your time. Sorry, kid. I love you. I'll come visit you though. I love you. I'll send you some, commissary money, but no, not having it. Not having it. So the number two points of concern was discretionary authority under Texas law. Texas Education Code 37.008 grants school districts discretion to discipline students for felony level misconduct on student grounds. 28.025 provides flexibility in diploma assurance, not a mandate, allowing districts to delay or deny graduation in extraordinary circumstances. Frisco ISD appears to have disregarded this authority in a situation involving a homicide at the school events. So again, they have the authority to do what, you know, everybody kind of well, most what most public people want them to do, and that's to uphold him to accountability and to his standard, that this is not tolerable. Like, we're allowing killings to be tolerable. Like, this is not okay. This is not okay. The number three concern was violation of moral and ethical standards. Awarding a diploma to a student facing a first degree murder charge related to a school activity sends a message that academic completion is prioritized over student safety, conduct, and community impact. This undermines public trust in the educational system and re traumatizes the grieving family of Austin Metcalf. So, yeah. So, they're allowing, again, that's what we're all saying. Like, it's like a kid wanting a cookie, but he smacks his brother, and you say, "Don't smack your brother, but here's your cookie." It's like not awarding them. I'm sorry. My husband came home and he's telling me about my. We had gotten a lobster, and it's a little blue alien lobster, and it, it likes to. We have to keep pushing him down because you know, like, you're not gonna die. And yes, I mean that's what we've all been saying. You don't reward bad behavior, especially when you take somebody's life. So, concern number four, lack of transparencies and respect toward the victim's family. Obviously, this is a slap in the face. Says the Metcalf family has reported receiving vague, dismissive, or scripted responses from Frisco ISD leadership in raising concerns. Their son was murdered during a school sanctioned activity, and they have a right to expect clarity, accountability, and respect, not bureaucratic deflection. And then it says requested actions. Of course, we already know um, what they're going to be asking for. Number one, immediate investigation into whether Karmelo Anthony met the legal and policy requirements to receive diploma, including attendance and disciplinary eligibility. So the thing is that yes, I do too. I do too. I really do. Um, and I think Jeff McCaff is smart enough to save all the emails, all the conversations. Hopefully he's smart enough to record when he goes places, but we'll see. But yeah, that's also another thing. I mean, like, you have a student that had a weapon on school property, so he's not even getting, you know, um, he's not even getting punished for that. He's not even a timeout. Like, can we can we get a timeout? That's what the expulsion is. You're in timeout? Gosh, but why? But why? And I think he spent too much of this last semester that I don't think he met the attendance requirement for this semester. So that's kind of hard. I wonder if I could talk to somebody and get more information on school districts. And then it says number two, review of Frisco ISD's decision making process and whether local or state level policies were violated or misapplied. So again, they are trying to see not only do the schools but do the state or other local laws come into play or were that came into play and not you know taken. Let me see, particularly when it occurs. Okay, number three, assurance of guidance to all Texas school districts on handling graduation eligibility for students involved in serious criminal conduct, particularly when it occurs on school grounds or at school events. So they should have something that says, you know, you commit these types of crimes. This is automatic termination of from the school and denial of graduation, you know. But this is crazy. This is so number four, public clarification from the Texas Education Agency affirming that school safety and disciplinary conduct are valid considerations in determining graduation eligibility. So they're basically wanting to hold everybody accountable, the school district, um, the board of education, like everybody. Like somebody, there's, chain of command. So somebody's got to have the power to say power and to stop this. They do. Do they really want to? Could it be? Yes. And that's also could be another thing. Not a lot of people are familiar with some of the laws. So, but I think that's why this complaint was put in, and it's a valid complaint. And apparently, this complaint wasn't taken seriously. Um, because we'll get to what they had to say. So it says, we trust that the state will act swiftly and transparently to correct what appears to be gross miscarriage of ethical and educational judgment. So, so now we're going to go over to Jeff Metcalf. I wonder if I can share this. Let me share the screen so we can see. So, so this is the superintendent that um, overturned the decision or sent out the letter of the decision. Again, um, this is a superintendent of Centennial or Frisco ISD. So his name is Mike Waldrip. And of course, again, like I was saying earlier, that is a video he's singing. I think it was like his mom's birthday or something. It's like it was really sweet. Oh, we'll just go ahead and read this. It says, you have the discretion to deny his diploma from Centennial High School. If you think your moral compass works, do the right thing. If not, expect a world of people in this community that exercise their rights to call for a no vote of confidence petition against you, along with every news outlet I can contact to expose the story. Your lack of empathy is disturbing. If something happened to your wife, Lisa, you would be devastated. Try and show some human compassion instead of bowing to the pressure of race baiting grifter. You have no idea what is coming your way if you fail to show the community what the city of Frisco stands for. I promise it's not letting a murderer get a diploma, sit at home and play video games, and gets to see his family daily while being represented by a convicted felon. And that's another one. Ball is in your court. Show me you have the intestinal fortitude to make the right call, not hide, not hid behind your legal team. I promise it will not be the last time you will see me. Thank you for your time today. I hope I made myself clear. And this is the link for that. It goes to the petition. What's it called? Let's see. I'll share it here. So I'm assuming no vote. They're trying to take him off of being superintendent. Yes, a lot of gross negligence on the school behalf to the family. The disrespect is through the roof. Yes, very disrespectful. And even the dad's telling him, like, this is disrespectful, like, straight to your face. There is another.
I love me some Gavin. Let's hear it.
Hey, Jeff. I know you like to sing. So this also right here, revoke Carmelo's Anthony petition. Um, So this one right here already has 1,660 verified signatures. They are asking to revoke Carmelo Anthony's graduation eligibility. Again, Carmelo Anthony has been subject to a grave allegations, and it is imperative that the individual in question has reportedly been involved in heinous activities, including involvement in a murder. Such serious accusations cannot and should not be overlooked by any institution that prides itself of integrity and safety. Academic achievements, while important, should never overshadow the fundamental values of respect, dignity, and safety of a community. Allowing someone with such grave accusations hanging over them to graduate not only undermines the values of the institution, but also sets a dangerous precedent. It sends a message that serious misdemeanors, felonies, violent crimes can be overlooked or forgotten if academic prowess is demonstrated. The safety and well being of students, faculty, and the community at large should always be the paramount concern. By reassessing and potentially revoking Carmelo Anthony's graduation eligibility, you are standing up for the values that should define our education institutions. We urge the relevant authorities to take immediate action in ensuring that an in depth investigation is conducted. If Carmelo Anthony is found guilty, it is crucial that he faces appropriate consequences, including not receiving the honor of graduation. Sign this petition to demand a reassessment of Carmelo Anthony's graduation eligibility until the truth is fully uncovered and justice is served. I mean, that's all they had to do was delay the graduation. We're not telling you you're not graduating. We're just saying you're not graduating now until this comes out. Now, if you're found guilty, then we'll continue, without the graduation and you can finish your schooling in prison. I mean, if you found innocent, then by all means, here's your graduation, diploma. Like, I don't understand why you would want to have your name as a school on a murderer's graduation certificate. Like, I don't understand that. But okay. So it bothers me. So Simon from Frisco, it bothers me that my best friend had his diploma held away from him all because he brought a WWE belt to graduation to celebrate. Man took another man's life and is able to graduate. I'm so embarrassed that this happened at my school. Got to fighting for this for really I shouldn't even say small things because fighting is a serious thing too, but I mean, again, fist to fist, you live to you see another day, stab to the chest with a knife, mm, a little more impactful because you took a man's life. So yes, like, in this case, it's like really a WWE belt to graduation stuff. Like I remember, yes, we weren't. If we were to raise our hands during the center, like if they were crossing the stage to get our diploma, if we were to raise our hands, like to wave at family or to say hi, to hi to mom and dad or whatever, they would take our diploma away. Yes, I mean that. That yeah. Carla from Fort Worth, a murder suspect, should be held accountable to the Frisco ISD rule of conduct, which necessitate immediate disciplinary action, including expulsion from school. Allowing such an individual to graduate undermines the integrity of the educational environment and sets a dangerous precedent for accountability. I mean, oh, so there's that petition. Let's go over here. So this is the letter that was sent from the Centennial High community from the superintendent. So, in the letter sent to the Centennial High community Tuesday evening, Superintendent Mike Waldrip criticized what he described as misinformation circulating through news outlets and social media about the upcoming commencement. While the letter did not name the student in question, a Frisco ISD spokesperson shared it in response to inquiries about Anthony, who was arrested in connection with the April stabbing death of 17-year-old Metcalf. Quotes: It is disheartening that the incredible accomplishments and achievements of our centennial seniors may be dampened by needless fear mongering, attention seeking, and media vitriol. Wardrip wrote, Our students, staff, and community deserve better. Okay. Earlier on Tuesday, the Dallas based social justice group Next Generation Action Network, so NGAN, claimed in a public statement that Anthony would receive his high school diploma following multiple discussions with Frisco ISD leadership. So, this group, NGAN, basically fought for Karmelo Anthony. And I think, isn't this and that's the same one that is a criminal himself, if I'm not mistaken. NGAN said Anthony would not participate in the senior activities, but would graduate based on his 3.7 GPA and completion of all required credits. Frisco ISD declined to confirm any individual student information, citing federal privacy laws. However, Wardrip's letter underscored that no student who commits a serious criminal offense, Title 5 felony, is permitted to participate in the graduation ceremony. Such felonies include homicide, kidnapping, and sexual assault. Anthony is currently facing a murder charge in the stabbing of Metcalf at a Frisco IS track meet last month. I mean, he missed a whole month of school. Like, that's a whole semester. Like, they are. So, let me see if I can find. I know I had it. I think it was on Jeff's. Oh, yeah, it was on Jeff's page. Let me go back to Jeff Metcalf's Facebook. It says, Dear Frisco ISD Leadership and Board of Trustees, please find attached a formal letter from the American Freedom Legal Fund regarding the proposed expulsion of student Karmelo Anthony. This communication outlines serious legal concerns related to due process, racial equity, and the presumption of innocence. The Freedom Legal Fund is monitoring this matter closely and requests written confirmation that disciplinary proceedings will be paused until proper procedures and legal protections are ensured. Should you have any questions or require further information, I am available by email at so again here's Sarah Fields. Um I am encouraging parents to remove your children from Frisco ISD if you would like pointers from homeschooling. Mr. McKay. If Frisco ISD can be bullied by BLM activists into allowing Carmelo to be rewarded for bringing a weapon to the school campus and committing murder after he was expelled, they can be bullied into anything. They are not concerned for your children's safety. They only care about their own self preservation and their paycheck. Hit them where it hurts. Take a stand. Protect your children as a parent. This should infuriate you. Obviously, he's not attending the ceremony, but the school gave him an inch. Take a mile. So, hold on a second. So if there's a pow pow incident, which they do, what they do the same thing. So what makes this one and it's so entitled? I wonder. Um, I mean, with this kid, who knows? He may have been able to do it. I mean, I really think it has to do with who he is and who his family is. I'm not from Frisco, so I'm not sure if, you know, I am in Texas, but I'm not, part of the Frisco area. So, um, I don't know how, if it was like a small neighboring, next to it, next to Dallas, so they have their own, if it's a little bit more close knit. But my thing is like if he was a star athlete, I mean, we already know Texas and how they treat their star athletes. I mean, they already yeah, they get away with murder. They get away with murder. Yes. Hey, I don't. Yeah. I mean, you're a star player, you can get away with murder pretty much here in Texas, and especially if your family has a little bit of money or enough money. Yes. I, that's why I was like, I wonder what the connection is with his family and the school. That's that's where it needs. I think it needs to go because there's more to this, and like I said, I don't know why the school district is protecting this family and this little boy because even. I mean, you got to understand, they got to go to trial. They got to go to, if they have a jury, it's going to be the jury amongst the peers. And from, you know, this boy confessed. So it's pretty, I mean, it's going to be a hard case to try to come out with an innocent verdict. So it's like, why are you trying to say this child's like this child is still going to do some type of time. Whether he graduates now, that diploma is going to be useless until he gets out 5 years later anyway, or 10 years later, or 15 years later, or 20 years later. And then even at that, he's got 5, 10, 15, 20 years to get his GED in prison. Good enough diploma. So I this is just a whole new move. Like from the whole when people were sending donations to support him and cry boo-hoo, they're only doing this because you're black. Like, no, they're doing this because he took another person's life. Like, not because this person is black. So like this whole like no, like it's it's far. This family has gone through a lot. Keep them in your prayers. If you are going to send messages out to them, make sure they're happy. Praying hand messages. Don't threaten anybody. Don't. I would just. That's never a good. Like, let's not stoop to their level. I mean, it's bad enough that they're saying that their son is innocent and this, and this. It's like now we know exactly how he was. I mean, no repercussions and no nothing. Like, if their family thinks that that is an angel, maybe it's Karmelo who doesn't have the problem. It's his entire family who has the problem. Just saying, y'all all need to go get checked. So, again, this has been a really horrific case. Like, this is so sad. Like, and then not including, like I said, like there's even this where I think he says he goes in there and then he has to be escorted. Like you're sending threats to the victim's family. You're not giving them the information that they're asking for. They're just wanting answers. You're allowing the person that took their son's life to continue to have a life as Jeff. I mean, oh, that is true too. I I think he was see that he's got in some way because not including that when just to receive a little like th- threat email that saying this could be legal actions if you don't postpone his punishment, until after the thing. Is like, no, we need to postpone his graduation to after the verdict, not postpone his expulsion. Like, I don't like I think that's I think that's what it is. I think he got scared. I think he really got scared and was just like, "Oh snap!" But then he didn't realize the repercussion of what it could have, like that there is going to be backlash. There is going to be a fight. Like it's not going to be as easy as, "Oh yeah, just let him do whatever he wants. The court's going to handle him." I think that's kind of what it is. He's wanting to like, and it's not that easy. Well, just take it away. It's that easy. Just take it away. He's a kid. Who's the adult? The kid or the adult? Who's the adult here? So this is such a sad story. Again, like this dad is going through some rough, and he's staying strong. He's staying strong, and I commend him for that. But again, it's not a race thing. It's a moral thing. It's a right and wrong thing. You just don't take somebody's life and expect to be a, free as a bird. Like Jeff McCaff said, living his life, playing video games, and gets to see his family every day. I think that is the best way he put it. And that is the best. So again, thank you guys for being here. I just kind of wanted to update you on this whole Carmelo Anthony and the mishappening of the misjustice here. This is crazy. I'm That is a good question. I wonder too, um, because yeah, that that would be extremely hard to know. I mean, if the school district didn't let Austin's brother Hunter, finish school at home, outside, I just but you're making this his brother go continue to go to school and learn and hold up his education. And Anthony gets to sit at home, play video games in his lovely mansion, and gets to see his family every day. Like I would be hella mad. I would be peeled. I'll be hella peeled. um I can only imagine what Hunter's going through and how much, like, I wouldn't say hate, but like anger he feels towards the district, towards Carmelo's family, towards Carmelo himself. Like, I hope he's getting serious therapy. He's gonna need it. I'm not saying that to be in a bad way, but knowing that your dad is grieving, you're grieving, your entire family is pretty much grieving, like, yeah. And then for them, like, See, that was another thing. Like people wanted to make Hunter and their family look and Jeff and their family look bad and saying they're this, they're the aggressors, they were this, they were that. I'm like, if they were really such bad people, I think they would have took revenge already. But they haven't. Jeff turned to God, or continued to turn God. He was always, God fearing, but continue to turn. You know, that's so sad. And then again, you can go look at the pictures and talk about being racist. I think there's so many pictures of them. I mean, they're in athletics. They're around uh, a multicultural of people. So you cannot be in athletics and also kind of be, a racist like that. If you are, then majority, then you would know because you're not gonna have, somebody that you don't like on your team, like as a coach or as an owner or anything like that. You're gonna, so I mean, like, or you're gonna play for somebody who has the same value and morals as you do. These people played for everybody. They played with everybody. I mean, they were friends with everybody. I just don't think race was a thing. And I don't think Carmelo is getting the short end of the stick because he's black. He's getting what he's supposed to get because he took somebody's life. And to say that, I mean, Carmelo is a victim in all this, it's like, no, we got to remember who the real victim is, and that is Austin Metcalf, who is no longer here with us. That is the true victim. True victim. The only way Carmelo would have been a victim is if, you know, there was a fight, an equal opportunity fight. But this wasn't. It wasn't even a fight. It was just an altercation. There was no fight. It was an altercation. There's a difference. Yes, and it is corruption at its highest degree. And again, I think if we stick to those members, I think if you look into the parents' background of Carmelo Anthony, I'm sure you'll find some history with or connection to the school. Um, Again, I think the superintendent just got scared or threatened, and or whatever. Or maybe he is in connection with somebody again close to the family or whatever. But again, Carmelo Anthony was what people said a star player, a star athlete. Not saying he wasn't smart. That 3.7 could be an actual true 3.7, but I mean, come on. I was in athletics. I know every now and then, you know, you your your teacher's going to give you that extra point so you don't get a 69. You're going to get a 70 for passing and you're going to play. Like whether you deserved it or not. And that's just unfortunately how the system goes. And unfortunately, Carmelo Anthony played the system very well. Now, again, I don't know if that was his true grades or those teachers flew by, allowed him to fly by, but that doesn't mean you're able to take somebody's life and continue to graduate and continue to live your life. Because if it was to be anybody else, I don't think this would have been the same outcome. I really don't. He got paid. I just follow them. I think we really have to look. Maybe the Sarah will go deeper into the Sarah Fields will go deeper into it. And I mean, she's pulling out complaints. She's pulling out files. She's asking, for requests for information and things like that. So, hopefully she can. Hopefully she will find where this is all coming from because this is not the right decision. This is not. But then again, it's the school district works almost similar to government, but at a lower degree. All right, guys. So that is my time for today. Um, Thank you for being here. Again, if you want those those petitions, the links to the petitions for Carmelo Anthony, for the vote against the superintendent and to stop the graduation of Carmelo Anthony, I will put them. I'll go back and put them in the description of this live. And again, don't forget, it's National Missing Children's Day on May 25th. So in about 5 days. We have been honoring National Missing Children's Day all month long. Been covering some stories, been flashing some posters, things like that. I have I have teamed up with the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. We are doing a fundraising for them. So all that link is in the descriptions to the link space. Just go there and just click the National Missing Children's link, and that will get you to there. So you can go ahead and donate there. If you want to donate to my channel personally, it'll be the first link. It'll be for me, the Dish and Tea with D show, and to the non-profit organization Vivid Lifestyles VVLS, what we do is help heal the wound of abuse for the abusive people, women, men, and children. Um, so if you have any information in regards to to a missing child, please contact your local authorities. If you don't feel safe with your local authorities, please contact the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-843-5678. Again, that is 1-800 the lost. Again, thank you for being here with me. You guys have a great rest of your night, and don't forget, pinkies up.